It's very clear that the way we manage water today in many parts of the world is not sustainable. And consequently, we are facing the challenge or the crisis of too much, too polluted, too little. Too much is that we have the devastating consequences of climate extremes such as floods and have been impacting cities and our infrastructure. Too polluted because 80% of our wastewater is being discharged without treatment or reusing it. It's too little because today 2.1 billion people don't have access to safely managed water, and 4 billion people, 4.5 billion people don't have access to safely managed sanitation. We still so far taking water for granted, both in developed and in developed world. And this is a huge problem when it comes to when we face a new crisis like climate change and the people don't understand the magnitude of the risks that we have been facing, and they still consuming the way or they still doing business as usual. You see many people around the world in water scarce regions. They are storing more water than they need in order to protect themselves, and also to they have this what we call it this feeling about the unreliability of water resources if they don't sure that the water will come tomorrow. So they will find many sources, whether it's illegal or illegal, in order to protect their families and their communities. And the projections of the UN, the 60% of the population will be under water stress. And this means that we need to be transparent and to be accountable. The new company for the water challenges that we have been facing today, I can summarize it that they could have a hand, a head, and heart. A head, which means the technology and the digital water and the smart water management that can bring innovations and technology to shift this vicious cycle of water management into virtuous water cycle and circular economy model, to shift from infrastructure delivery to more resilient services. And they need the hand, which comes to investing to the human capital, investing to having a diversity of teams from different disciplines to look at this holistic perspectives, and also the heart, which comes to communicating with the people and also to provide this affordable services. The first step is going to understand how water is managed, and to understand there is no one size fits all solutions. I make a metaphor of it. It's like a Rubik cube, and this Rubik cube has 4 dimensions. And so what we are doing today, we have like 4 dimensions of water security when it comes to drinking water and human well-being, climate change and water-related hazards, ecosystems, and socio-economic aspects. And all of these 4 dimensions, in order to provide these solutions, you have to work all together, doing hand in hand with all 4 dimensions in order to provide the sustainable water management. But so far, we have been only working on one side, trying to achieve water security, and it doesn't work because you have to work with all sides. Like solving a Rubik cube is the only solution to achieve water security for all. To end the poverty, to calling for ensuring water and food and sustainable cities and resilience and cooperation with each other, all of this sustainable development. So we have 10 years to achieve this sustainable development according to the UN Agenda 2030. And as United Nations have alarming that we are off track to almost water-related sustainable development goals like food, energy. If we don't shift this business as usual, we will not achieve sustainable development. There is no time to waste. We have to act from now because we are already being late when it comes to decisions, when it comes to collective actions to change our mindsets from this vicious cycle of water management. We are the first generation's goal for climate actions. So there is a hope if we can empower these young professionals and the younger generations, lots of issues will be solved. Water is the heart of sustainable development, and it's interconnected with all the 17 sustainable development goals. This means, simply put, no water, no future.